My name is Julie Faifan Balzer, and I'm here with the ScanNCut2 to show you a little bit about direct cut. So you can see here on my mat, I have an image which I've stamped onto plain white cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load it into the machine by pressing the load button. And then right from the scan menu, I'm going to choose direct cut. Now, I have right here recognition mode. This is in grayscale, and since I have a black and white image, that's exactly what I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start, and the machine will scan it in to prepare it for cutting. Once it's been scanned in, I can see my image, and then I can drag in the handles to make sure that I'm not catching any of the mat in the back or anything like that. I'm just actually catching my sunflower stamp, which is all that I want. And you can see that it's automatically going to give me a slightly darker line, and that is the line that it's going to cut on, which is perfect. Now, I have a lot of different options. For instance, I can add a margin to it, and I can choose exactly how big or small that margin is. I really like adding a margin to stamped images. I think it gives them a really nice look so that it looks a little bit more like a finished embellishment. Another option, of course, is that you can add all sorts of different cool shapes, maybe just a circle or a scalloped edge, and you can scroll through several different pages of options here, which I think are really neat and can give you all sorts of different looks. And you can see how they size to fit whatever the image is. So I'm going to hit the X instead of the OK, because all I really want is that original margin we chose. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and I can choose whether I want to draw that outline or if I want to cut it, and we are going to cut it. So once it's ready and the light lights up right here, I'm going to go ahead and press start, and the machine is going to cut out my stamped image for me. Notice that, of course, I have my blade in the machine, and it's set for me for what works for cardstock. Once it is cut out, I'm simply going to unload the mat and pull this right out, pull away the excess, and then you can see right here with the margin exactly as I asked. There it is. It looks like a beautiful embellishment. Absolutely no fussy cutting with scissors. The machine will do it all for you. And there's another way that you can direct cut that I think is equally as cool. So that was a stamped image, and what I have right here these are just pre-made little printed images you can see. These are on paper. You could of course do the same thing with fabric. I'm going to go ahead and load it right into the machine. And we're going to go ahead back and we're going to go to the home screen and we're going to choose scan, direct cut. But remember last time we did it in grayscale because that was a black and white image. This time we're going to choose RGB because this is a color image. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button. So now I can drag in the arrows. So I have two images on here, and let's just choose our mustache image for right now. And you can go ahead and drag in the arrows to narrow it down, and that just makes the processing a little bit faster. We're going to hit OK, and it's going to go ahead and recognize. And there you can see we've already cut those beautiful little images, and if I zoom in here, you can see that heavy black line is right around what I want to cut. Now, just like with the grayscale, we have the option, of course, of adding in a margin or any of the fun shapes that we want to add. But let's go ahead and cut that out right on the line. So we're going to hit OK, and again, we could draw it or we could cut it. I'm going to choose cut, and when that green light comes up, I'm going to press the start button, and again, I have my blade still set for cardstock. So I'm going to unload my mat right here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my spatula tool, which is always helpful for getting your paper started right off the corner, just like that. You can see, and by the way, that's a super cute stencil now that I could use for all sorts of stuff. And of course, I have the individual pieces here as well. And I do find that if I just bend the mat a little and do it out, and now I have my mustache, which is perfectly perfect for anything I would like to do. So don't forget, all you need is ScanNCut2 for all your fussy cutting needs. No more scissors. It's so easy to cut out any design. See it, scan it, cut it, create it.